my name is Tom and I am the crypto investor. I'm here to share with you my macro market overview of the crypto markets, what we've just seen in the last week and what we can expect potentially for the week ahead. One of the nice ways to start is looking at the heat map. This is the top 100 tokens and their respective value and movement in price over the last week. And you can see that Bitcoin, modest 2.68% move for the week, up to $59,000. Ethereum on an absolute tear, up another 30% at $3,815. Doge memeing its way to the moon, up 87%, now valued at 70 cents. And overall, we have a green market. XRP down, stable coins, we don't really care for them. But, in general, we are seeing further growth in the market, and it is lovely to see. A nice way to see a representation of that is to look at the total market cap of the crypto space on the charts. And you can see that we continue to be in this nice upward channel, growing at a very decent rate. Now valued at $2.4 trillion, $1 trillion of which is still Bitcoin and another 1.5 trillion of the other altcoins. We can look at the Bitcoin dominance to give us an idea of what is happening as well. And I think it's very useful for our situational awareness to be up to date with what is happening to Bitcoin's dominance. If you look long term at what Bitcoin has done, you can see that, let's turn my moving averages off, we don't need those. You can see that we have only really dipped below the 50% area for this kind of period back in the end of 2008. It was 210 days that Bitcoin has been below this kind of key 50% mark, and so we are there now. Will this be another 210 days before Bitcoin's dominance returns back up? Is this a paradigm shift? Are we witnessing slowly the lack of dominance of Bitcoin and potentially the rise of Ethereum? And I think a very useful thing to also be looking at is the relationship between Ethereum and Bitcoin. This is one of my favorite charts, and I have used this for a lot of benefit when trading. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned, but this should not constitute financial advice to anyone. This is just for educational purposes, and your investment decisions should be your own and not based on what I share with you today. Don't just trust strangers on the internet. So we can look at this very, very clear channel where Ethereum has been slowly growing in strength versus Bitcoin. When you get a widening channel like this, you have higher highs and lower lows. That's a very, very bullish structure. And the longer that you get something like this and then a breakout, that typically means the more considerable that move will be. And again, if we measure this, if we look at how long it's been that overall Ethereum has been down here, it's nearly 1,000 days before this breakout. 970 days that Ethereum has been pegged down here. So we could see a sizable move. And if we look at the historical data, the moves have been extremely sizable in the past. This was a different time, This was the last bull run when we had ICO mania. And to participate in ICOs, you needed Ethereum because they were all built on the Ethereum ecosystem. So, maybe we're not getting up to this ratio, but just be prepared for this move to continue. We got a very, very classic breakout. I've been providing these videos for many months. This is the first one that I've done for YouTube, but this channel's been great for basically selling a portion of our Ethereum and buying back Bitcoin, and then at this point buying Bitcoin. And when we got this confirmed breakout, if we look at this on the lower time frame, let's take the 8 hour, you can see that we got this textbook. When a breakout can normally be identified by getting it gets away, then you come back, what was previous resistance confirmed as support, you got this test here, see this test, and then we broke up to the upside. And this move, this is when we got that, I added significantly to my Ethereum position, and I think that this could run quite some way. So one thing I've been using for that has been the Ether Bull, which is a times free token provided by ftx.com. don't use these unless you understand what leverage tokens mean. You have to understand about decay, and I can put a series of videos helping you with that at a later point if that is of interest. Just write in the comments what you would like to see me elaborate on. But anyway, this is for me a very significant move, and I think, you know, if you haven't increased your allocation to Ethereum on the back of this, I would encourage you to do so. Let's look at Ethereum in the charts. You can see that, you know, I had Ethereum in this channel contained basically really from the start of the year. It hadn't really been able to get above this. There's continued to be resistance, and as we got that break only really a week ago, look at this tear, and Ethereum is now out in blue sky, trailblazing, making higher highs, and it's very hard to say, you know, the only resistance really will be psychological levels, so around, you know, 4,000, 5,000. But one thing I wanted to share with you is this ratiogang.com. This is just trying to conceptualize the relationship between Bitcoin and Ethereum. So many of you would have heard of the flippening. So they've got a little dolphin emoji here. So for Ethereum to flip Bitcoin in market cap, it would need to be at today's Bitcoin value, $9,571,000. And you know, it says we should be at least here. So we should be at least here is half the value. You know, even the biggest Bitcoin maximalist will say, you know, Ethereum probably should be worth at least half of what Bitcoin is worth in market cap. And if that's the case, then Ethereum should be at a fair price of 4,785. So, you know, we could say that we're still undervalued. This is the fact that we're 40% along the way towards the flippening. And I'm a believer that the flippening will happen in time. You know, maybe not on this cycle, and perhaps, of course, you know, Ethereum remains the dominant ecosystem. I don't think that any of the players that we have out there right now are necessarily going to flip it, but, you know, something like Definity, which is coming out next week, could be a big game changer for people. If you're not aware of Definity, by the way, I think you'll be noticing CoinMarketCap looking a bit more like this, which will surprise a lot of people. I'm expecting Definity to come in with a market cap of around $150 to $170 billion. If you're not aware of it, it's something I encourage you to do some research on. This is a big deal. It's a very ambitious project, but it has huge potential. It could change the internet. So yeah, that's something to have on your radar. All right, let's look at Bitcoin. It would be churlish not to look at it so far into a video already. And Bitcoin is considering making its move. So I've drawn this box really to represent the consolidation of Bitcoin. You know, we had this big, long impulsive move up, and now we have really just been going sideways, back and forth for 2.5 months or so. And we're coming to the top of this range. And I think, you know, the pressure has been building. The longer that we consolidate, the more impulsive that move will be up. And this also, for me, when we put something like this in, this is a flaw in the market. As we do go higher in the future, and who knows where we peak out at the top of this cycle, $150,000, $250,000, wherever it may be, I wouldn't be surprised if this is where we come back down to at the lows of our bear market at the end of this cycle. So the fact that we're making a nice floor is very, very healthy, I think, for that. And it also coincides with the 1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. So, you know, I think maybe that this is starting to come to an end. We're testing it now. As and when we do break this 60,000, I think we're going to make a quick move up to 64, 65. We may then come back down, reconfirm that previous resistance as support, and then Bitcoin will likely continue to make its further move upwards and be out in blue sky again. So waiting to see what happens there. I'm personally, you know, I'm not adding to my Bitcoin until we get that break, that test, and then the resumption up. Okay, let's look at the more obscure altcoins. And I think, you know, it would be this is not a coin I like or hold, but Dogecoin is, of course, the talk of the town, and so we have to really give it some attention. And one of the things I wanted to just talk about with Dogecoin, you know, this is a cryptocurrency that now has a market cap of $90 billion. You know, this makes it twice the value of Twitter, for example. It's just unbelievable, the valuation of course that now has been put on Dogecoin. But I wanted to share, the risk reward ratio here for anyone who is looking to buy Dogecoin. Just consider that most people have a price target of $1. It's very unlikely that that we're necessarily push past that. Otherwise, it's going to be getting towards near the value of Ethereum. So, and typically people take profits. The smart money will take their profits just below those round numbers. So, there'll be lots of limit sell orders coming in around 92, 93 cents or so. So just to give you an idea, like if we were to get to those numbers from now, then we're talking about a 35% jump in your investment in Dogecoin. And for me, the risk reward ratio there is appalling. Like 35%, sure, in traditional markets is not bad, but in crypto world, we don't really get out of bed for it. And to risk a significant investment for a 35% return when the downside potential on Dogecoin is as high, I just don't see any attraction or appeal there. But I also felt that same way several months ago, so maybe I'm just slightly salty, but I would just have that awareness, that the risk reward ratio is very, very questionable for Dogecoin. All right, so it would be great to get some feedback for you to share with me coins that you would like me to take a look at, and I will perform some technical analysis and my opinions on those on a regular basis. Let's just select a few at random. So one that's exploded this week is Telcoin. This is, it's a real far out there alt, but one of the things I like to do is set alerts. So this caught my attention, someone sent it to me, and I noticed that Telcoin have been consolidating in this range here. And as I said, the longer that we consolidate, the more impulsive the move when we get a breakout. So I set an alert, and you can do this, if you're not paying for TradingView, you can do this on Blockfolio or CoinStats, or even on CryptoRank. They give you, there you go, alerts. You can set alerts here, and then it's great to. Many people are buying, scared of buying at all-time highs, but breakouts are a wonderful, wonderful time to add to positions in the crypto space. And as I did, I bought as we got this the test and the resumption up. So I bought around here, and I've sold a bit of my position now. But this was a 350% move, much bigger than my expectations, but you never know where it's going to run to in this space. And again, of course, it stopped just shy of the round 5 cents mark. So we came in and many sellers came into the market here, which is a 370% move. So just using breakouts as a time to invest, don't be afraid of all-time highs. All-time highs are typically followed by another all-time high, so just have that kind of awareness when you are looking at crypto. Another one this week to have your eyes on is Chainlink. Link is launching Link 2.0 shortly. The team behind Link have been very vocal that they have been selling internally tokens, which has really kind of just been holding the price back a little bit. But it's still done 270% year to date. It's not like it's that sluggish, but it's now coiling just below this kind of $50 mark. And I think, again, set your alert here for $51. As and when Link does break the $50 mark, it could make a very, very impulsive move towards $100 quite quickly. So this is definitely one to be setting an alert on. Okay, and what else do we have here? Nexo token, I think, is due again a break as well. So we have a lot of providers like Celsius, Blockfi, Nexo. Blockfi have been lowering the returns that they offer, the interest rates that they offer on Bitcoin, for example. So I, as a user, take my money out of Blockfi and put it into Nexo. But if I want to get 7% return yield on my Bitcoin, I have to hold 10% of my Nexo token. And so that increases demand. And Nexo token has had an amazing last year, basically. And it's now coiling again below this $4 kind of mark, $3.90. And I think the pressure is building and we are getting ready to pop. So you can see it's in a tight wedge here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Nexo make its way to $5, which would be a nice 20% move for the token. So just have that awareness that Nexo could be ready to go as well. Balance has been getting a lot of attention, really just moving up in this nice channel. I think, I can see $80 coming up fairly soon for Balancer. 1inch continues to be on a tear. up 16% again today. So we are in breakout. So again, I had my alert set here at $6.50. We broke, and now we have had the, if we go onto the shorter time frame, I'm pretty sure we can see the retest of this breakout at $6.40. Yeah, we broke out, we came in for the retest, we had a second retest, and now we're resuming up. So wonderful time to be adding to 1inch. This will probably head towards 10 now. So yeah, that's just a few examples of other altcoins. I would be very, very happy to hear your suggestions of ones you'd like me to look at. Let's leave it there for now. Happy investing, everyone, and I will speak to you soon. All the best.